What's going on? What's going on, family? How's everybody doing in our Seasoned AzF family?
What's happening, everybody? Happy Thursday. What it do?
Look who got a new do.
Oh man, look, we ain't new doing yet. We in the process of the new do. Ha! We in between. We in betweening.
Right, right. It's all right. It's cute on you. I heard a little birdie tell me that this is the new vacay look. We about to go on vacay,
Is that
yes.
what it is? Yeah, we gotta do a little something, something, a little we need to be unbothered.
Little self care weekend, huh?
Yes, absolutely. Much needed, overdue.
I like it. Everybody needs that for sure. For sure. Well, listen. We thank you guys for joining us yet again on another episode of Seasoned As F. We're going to talk about divorce today.
Mm-hmm.
We know that we've been through it. We know that your auntie done been through it, your uncle done been through it, your sister done been through it, probably even you yourself at this age. Um, so we wanted to have a quick conversation about divorce and some pretty interesting questions that we might give you guys some insight on. And hey, who knows? Might be able to use this to further your life and your world and help you through your situation. So we're gonna jump right into it. Um, I would like to know, do you recommend hiring an attorney to go through a divorce, or do you think it could be done amicably through each other?
So funny you should ask this question of me. Um, I would recommend that if you have the means to get an attorney, by all means, get an attorney because, that's what they're there for. They know, most of the time more than a lay person would know. The laws are always changing and there's all kind of specifics and loopholes and this, that, and the other that we may or may not know. Um, Me personally, at the time that I got a divorce, I did it myself. I didn't have any issues or problems. I was, lucky, blessed, whatever the case may be, a little bit of both. Consider myself pretty intelligent, so I was able to get through, the paperwork and all the things. Um, so, if you want to, sometimes you get to expedite it a little bit if you're not waiting for, the attorneys to have to be on their schedule and to do all the things. Unfortunately, now the courts are a lot more backed up and backlogged than previously. I think they're still trying to recover from COVID for some reason, but uh, yeah, if you have the means and you can get an attorney, I would say by all means get an attorney. But if you feel comfortable knocking it out yourself, just do your research and ask a lot of questions and get to it. What do you
Okay.
think, Skills?
I say 100% yes on all situations.
Mhm.
You know, Definitely 120% yes if there's children involved.
Very true.
If there's property involved, I say 110%. If there's just the two of you, no children, no property, no anything else involved, I still 100% say yes, get an attorney.
Hmm.
Um, and the reason why I say that is for one, that we know that the laws aren't technically fair, as well as, like you said, there's things that pops up that you don't know about or weren't ready for. Um, so that is one of the main reasons why I would say yes, get an attorney. We can be as smart as we want to be and think we can navigate it as much as we want to, but however, it is two people in that situation. One person may see something differently than you do. And sometimes you go to the table with that and you never know what someone wants or thinks until you get to that table.
That's right.
Um, it changes the whole game on you, and you realize that, man, I should have hired an attorney.
Should have got some help.
So yes, 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 yes. If you are going through that situation out there, heaven forbid, I hope that no one is right now, but odds are there is someone that is, and they're probably contemplating on, can we navigate this alone without an attorney? Um, I would say, even if you cannot truly afford an attorney, still try to find one that is affordable enough for you. Do not go into that situation blindly. You know, you might have to cut off on some going out or some snacks or some something in order to pay for that attorney. But I recommend hiring that attorney, even if there's a prenup involved.
And keep in mind, we know some of our seasoned family are happily married 20, 30, 40 years. However, if it's not for you, we are pretty sure that you know somebody that knows somebody that you may be able to bless them with some suggestions, advice, or whatever the case may be, even though if you're not experiencing it specifically yourself. So just keep that in mind. Don't click off if you're like, I ain't getting no divorce. It's okay. We might not be talking to you, but you may be able to bless somebody else with this insight. So I got a question for you, Skills.
Yes.
Since we've both been through divorce, I believe, right?
Yes.
What did you find was the most difficult part about going through the divorce for you?
Wow. Um, my divorce was really challenging because, you know, it was a lot that happened to me during that divorce process, and the reason why we got a divorce. But for me, I think the most difficult part was just being blindsided and looking at her like, wow, like you are by far the best actress that I've ever seen in my life.
And the Oscar goes to.
More than just the Oscar, she jumped out of the gate with an EGOT. Like
Woo!
it was, she got all of them at one time, like literally.
Wow.
But I would have to say that, um, just the unknown and the things that you thought you knew about this person that you had been with for years and years and years surprised me at that table when we were getting ready to go through all of that divorce. I think that that was the most shocking thing. The finances was a part of it. The infidelity was a part of it. There's all these other things that were a part of it.
Hmm.
Um, but the most shocking thing at the end was just the like you had been acting and you had been putting on this great performance for all of this time, and it blew me away. Like it blew me away. So the fact that that happened to me, and I have happened to be a pretty good judge of character and someone
Hmm.
is pretty up on energies and all those things, I was still just left with my mouth hanging wide open, and the judge was left with his mouth hanging wide open, and the attorneys were left with their mouth hanging wide open. Yo.
What?
Um, so yeah, that for me, that was the most shocking thing, is just, learning who you truly were after all of the years of marriage at that very moment. That
Yeah.
was the hardest thing for me to deal with.
Hmm.
So yeah. What about you?
Uh, let's see. For me, I think that the most difficult part was my personality and kind of how I move is a get shit done type of person. And
Mm.
all the hurry up and wait of the divorce like to drove me crazy. Like, it's like you had to like fill out a piece of paperwork and then you had to give them 30 days to decide if they was going to respond, or if they didn't respond, then they had another 30 days to do this. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. What you mean? I want it to be over, not keep waiting. So, I just wanted it to, when you're done and you're ready to move on with your life and, keep it pushing, and, you know, you have all the feelings and you're trying to get to the healing and you're trying to get to the next, whatever's next and just trying to have it be over. And so it was just so much back and forth, and having to wait on somebody else was driving me crazy because, I was, whatever they said they needed, they had it early, on time, whatever the case may be. And
Mm.
you mean to tell me I got to wait? I'm still waiting for you to look now. This is why we're here now. Like, let's go. So yeah, that was the most difficult part for me. I just wanted the process to be the process, and it was a long, drawn out, extra unnecessary process. So that was the most difficult part for me.
Understood, heard, agreed. Again, it is a process. You have zero control, unfortunately.
Zero.
It's not to you when it happens. If you're trying to have it done before your anniversary, before your birth date, or before your, it ain't up to you. So I agree. Good stuff.
Yes. So, guys, we, hope that this conversation was helpful. We hope it was informative. Maybe you reminisced a little bit. Maybe you shook your head because we reminded you of something that happened. Hopefully everybody is in a place of healing or on their way. And we want you guys to make sure that you leave us some comments, your thoughts. What was your process like? What was the most difficult thing for you? What was your experience with an attorney or without an attorney? Let's talk about it. We need to, share this information and help each other out, and, give each other different perspectives. So make sure you guys leave us some comments, share it with a friend who may need to know this information, and, subscribe to the page and all that good stuff.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, our segment today, I want to keep it on divorce.
Okay.
We're gonna let the people know something about divorce.
What we letting them know?
We gonna let them know how it's interesting the way this show went today, because we kind of put the information out there to let people know. But this is something that I believe that most people would not know going through a divorce. It doesn't really matter what the two of you want or what the two of you think or how long you've been together, or any of that. When it comes to the divorce,
Hmm.
it is your marriage and your divorce is governed by the state that you're licensed in. So when you get married and you sign that marriage license,
Mm-hmm.
what you're signing, it doesn't say in the small print that you can't get divorced until a judge says that you can get divorced.
Mm.
So one of the things that was interesting about my divorce is that my judge just happened to be on vacation,
Oh.
and guess what? They made us wait.
Ooh. See?
It just, there's things that happen to where, if you're pressed for time, like you said in your situation, you were ready for it to be over with. Not only can a judge tell you, hey, you have to move back into that house that with the person that you're going through that divorce with, and you still are accountable for and responsible for the bills that you were paying beforehand, during. Um, it's up to that judge to say, hey, I'm feeling great today. I think I want to grant you guys divorce today, and I'm going to let you guys go ahead and get divorced today.
Right.
Or they can come back and simply say, it's not happening today. I need y'all to go through some more counseling. I need you all to figure it out. I need you guys to be sure that this is what you really want. And we'll meet back here in 6 months.
I'm
Did that let
about
y'all?
I'm about to be in contempt of court, Your Honor.
Exactly. So that's what happens sometimes, believe it or not, when y'all see those news stories and somebody then snapped. I guarantee you, I guarantee you some of it came from that judge saying, hey, you got to move back into the house with that person that you're trying to get away from.
Okay.
So keep that in mind, give everybody's peace and grace, and allow them that space and that time to heal from what it is that they're going through, because you do have to mourn that loss, just like the mourning of a loss of a loved one. So just keep that in mind, everyone. If you know somebody who's going through a divorce right now, or if that's you, that person is going through the divorce is you. You have to allow yourself time to mourn that loss, just as if you had lost a loved one. Just think about that. Okay? So we just trying to let the people know.
Let them know. Let them know.
Well, listen, you guys, this special lady over here is trying to catch a flight. So we're rushing today to get out of here. We thank you for joining us. We ask that you all please continue to like. And our next show, I must say that, what is her name? Miss Keisha Williams. Miss Keisha Williams. We are gonna get your question there. I promise you, it is coming. I got it in the comments. I saw your question, and it is a great question. So we are gonna make that next episode around your question. So
All
don't worry.
right.
Come in, stay tuned, and make sure. And we'll let you know. We'll let Miss Williams know when her episode is coming up with her question in there, because she is really excited for us to talk about that, and she think it's going to change the game for everybody. So,
Oh, we can't wait. Can't
yeah.
wait.
So everyone else, please get your questions, comments, concerns in there. Anything that you guys want to talk about or want to know about us, put that out there. And we'll look forward to seeing y'all next time on Seasoned As.
Y'all stay seasoned.
Peace.